Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your boy Sir Wilkins of the Job and Tears podcast, and I hope all is well. This is another episode of Coffee Talk with Friends, and I brought the homie from the most dangerous podcast on earth, the one and only Graham from Public Enemies podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for this brother. Welcome to Coffee Talk with Friends.
Clap. Young golf clap, man. Thank you. I appreciate you having me on God. I definitely do. You feel me? Yeah, the most dangerous. I like that. Thank you. I'm gonna adopt that as well. You know what I'm saying? Currently, it's the Pro Wrestling's Breakfast Club, but I'm gonna add that to the tagline. I like that. I definitely do. Yeah.
I mean, you guys are wild boys on social media, so
we're kind of living up to the name as of late.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing it for the culture. You gotta have the ones that are pushing back against the norm.
Yeah, we're habitual line steppers for sure.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you, is there always something in that cup?
Yeah. Right now, I just finished the coffee that I was talking to on pre-production, but now it's Minute Maid peach punch.
Okay, that's what's up. Because I can't always tell. I'm like, is there always something in the cup? That's your show, brother. Your platform. What's happening? How you doing?
Nothing. It's a good question. I like the question that you asked. There's always something in here. So, you guys are one of the most active people on social media. First of all, who the fuck runs your Twitter page?
For the most part, that's the Son of Mars. That is my boy, all about the Benjamin, young Benny the Butcher. He pretty much runs point on the social media, on the Twitter, and he goes crazy. We just follow suit. You know, we just follow behind him and try to do what he do.
Okay. So first question I want to ask, we talked about it a little bit. It's in pre-production. We talked about Certified Lover Boy. And you talked about, you enjoyed it. You thought it was a solid project. Did you enjoy Donda?
I did. Okay. I enjoyed Donda. Well, everybody's comparing it, but I do enjoy Donda more than CLB. But I thought they were both solid efforts, from both guys, definitely.
So, people are pitting Kanye versus, Drake. Obviously, they got a little beef. And in the wrestling world, AEW got beef with WWE. So,
a little bit.
If you were to say, use them, say, which one would be WWE and which one would be AEW when it comes to Drake and Kanye, and why?
Oh. Would Drake or Kanye be AEW? Let's see. That's the thing, because both of them have the machine, but it's like different machines. If that makes sense. You know what I mean?
No.
I'd have to say, in this particular situation, Kanye is WWE, Drake is AEW.
Okay. Why?
Drake continuously has Kanye in his feelings. He's reacting to things that we don't even know is going on, really. There's a text message where he's like, Virgil, I want my paddock to do backflips. There's something there, and it's like Kanye. I guess there was something where Kanye had said in the past that him and Jay had to link up because they felt the pressure of Drake coming up, in the game and figuring he's going to take our spot one day. Now we're in the same situation where it's like Jay's out of the picture. You're feeling like you got to fight this battle alone, and you're not really winning. Public perception, at least, doesn't have you winning. So I would say Drake is AEW.
Ooh,
Aubrey Elite.
Aubrey Elite. Wow.
Oh, doo-doo.
Nah, that will be the name of this episode. Aubrey Elite. Aubrey Elite Wrestling. That's a good comparison. I can definitely see that. I flipped it a little bit because I really felt Kanye is about the music. And so AEW is about wrestling.
They're about the wrestling.
And, Drake's more pop culture. He's a rapper, but he's a pop rapper. I love Drake. Don't get me wrong. Drake's one of my favorite rappers of all time. But he's a pop rapper per se. He got his bars on usually his time and location tracks. But, for the most part, it's bars and singing. So I kind of switched them up, but that comparison that was good. That was some good stuff right there. That was good stuff right there.
G Perico, thank you.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I agree with your take too as well, because that 100% makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like they both have different machines behind them, so they're both kind of playing in the same sandbox when it comes to who can be the WWE and pull those strings. Yeah,
100%. So let's move on a little bit. All Out. All Out just happened. Streets is going crazy. Daniel Bryan. Oh, I'm sorry. Isn't it Danielson? What are we doing? Brian Danielson is what we're doing right now. That's the new name. That's the new name.
Brian Danielson.
Cole. By the way, Daniel Bryan's new theme song is a bop.
It's a slapper. It's a slapper. I said, "Oh my God." He's trying to get a Lucha Bros a run for their money. Like, that's a dope thing. It was
because of you, because you guys posted about because I couldn't hear at the bar when he came out. I didn't really hear the theme song because it's too loud at the bar. And you guys had posted it, and then posted about how great the song was. I was like, and it was like 5 other people I saw it say it. I was like, you know what? Let me check it out. I played that shit dead ass 10 times straight. And he had the fire additives talking about kicking somebody's head in the song. I said,
it's crazy.
That was some good producing. But what did you think about All Out? What were your takes? Do you feel that AEW busted too much of a big load, and now they're about to go back to sleep? Because that big load you bust.
That's funny. That's kind of how that works. I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
Been there, done that 10 times over. But do I think that they kind of blew their load on this one? That's the thing. I don't know. Know. You got to think about over the last year, WWE's almost released close to 100 talent.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that they can still cherry pick from if they so choose to. Okay. Now, granted, they've taken a lot of the guys, you know what I'm saying? But I'll say that I don't expect somebody like Michael McGillicuddy or Joe. I don't expect him to show up. You know what I mean? But you still got guys out there like Bray Wyatt. There's I don't know why people think Braun Strowman would go there. I just don't see that.
He got signed with Impact, actually.
Strowman?
Yeah, he's about to go up against EC3 and something. I forgot. He was like some narrative thing. So, wow. What it's looking like, it's from the rumors that are looking pretty like solid. Is Impact signed Buddy Murphy and Braun Strowman? Okay, I'm with that. Which makes sense for both of them on some real shit.
Yeah, definitely.
But go ahead. You said that you don't see him signing Braun, obviously. But like, what are your thoughts about everything else? What are your thoughts about the debut? How did that feel for you? Being at home? Were you at home watching?
Yeah. I was at the crib. I was sitting in my garage, smoking a blunt, watching the show, and I'm like, when like Kenny Omega's cutting that promo right at the end of the show, and he's like, anybody that can see me is either they're not here, they're already retired, or they're already dead, and then the lights go out. And then I'm like, I didn't get it at first, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't get it at first. And then as soon as that, I was like, oh, fuck. I don't know if I can curse on here, but my apologies. But I was like, yo, wasn't expecting that. That wasn't the one that I was expecting. If anything, I was expecting Bryan Danielson to show up. I didn't know that Adam Cole would be showing up so early. So when they did that, it was, you know what? It's kind of like the bait and switch that they just pulled at SummerSlam with Carmella and Becky Lynch.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good way to look at it.
The way they did that, but they instilled goodwill in their fan base and their audience. It was like the opposite of what WWE did and how that kind of like came off. Like Becky's big star, you know what I'm saying, nonetheless, but at least a section of the audience is looking at that really questionably. You know what I mean? So the Adam Cole thing, when he came out, and then it was like, okay, cool, that's the big to do. And then it's like, Adam Cole's a heel, he's with the elite. Nah, let's turn it up again. And then that beat drops, Bryan Danielson walks out, and the place goes stupid again. I'm like, I was expecting Bryan Danielson. So when Adam Cole came out, I was thinking, it's a wrap. It's over. You know what I'm saying? This is how they're going to end the show. But nah, not at all.
It was wild because I didn't. Cole, when Adam came out, I was like, you know what? This is dope. This is fucking amazing. I ain't gonna lie. I marked out. And then Danielson comes. I'm like, what the fuck? Y'all tossing everything around here. But then again, this is like their WrestleMania, low key.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's kind of like their WrestleMania. So it made sense. But do you think anything else is left for surprises? Because Bray's like non-compete up yet?
He's not available until I think right about Halloween, the day of or the day before.
Okay.
Yeah. It's either the day of or the day before. Actually, it's the day. It's the 30th.
And then Full Gear, is 2 weeks after.
That is true.
It's the week before Survivor Series. So that's it. That's an interesting thing. But we don't know. We don't know. Let's talk about what you loving in wrestling right now. What are you currently thoroughly enjoying? Let's talk some nice. Let's be nice.
All right, cool. Let's be nice. Right now, I am enjoying, just because I love the fact that he's a troll. I'm going to mention him first because shout out to Black Excellence. Shout out to niggas being funny to no end for no reason. Malcolm Bivens, anything that he does, I am 100% on board with it. I want the Diamond Mine to take over NXT and take all the belts just so he can have more TV time. How about that? Maybe that's my coffee take. but I'm really enjoying anything that Malcolm Bivens does. On Raw, I can't say so much other than RK Bro. RK Bro is pretty cool. But everything that the Tribal Chief touches right now is gold.
It is. So it really is.
That's paramount to anything else going on currently. Sorry, that's just my opinion. The Tribal Chief is the pinnacle, no pun intended.
Quick breaking news, real quick. Kevin Owens contract is up January 2022. You think he's out? And why?
January
2022. Wow. That's what a contract. That's what the rumor is.
I think, I saw the report. I saw the headline. I didn't see the actual article itself. But do I think he's out?
He also removed WWE from his bio, and then last night or today, he tweeted the what's it called, with the numbers of where something's at on the map. What's the fuck is called? Fuck.
Latitude, longitude, or something.
The latitude and longitude of Mount Rushmore, and then he deleted it.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean though? So
when he was in a group with the Bucks back in ROH, it was called Mount Rushmore. So he tweeted that out. He might be trolling, but I doubt it. So what are your thoughts? Whatever I just said, all the shit I just threw out, you think he's out?
Damn, it's hard to say. I think, bruh, I don't know, man. After that Mick Foley video, I just feel like they gotta make a play to try to keep somebody at least. I think he's out. I don't know. Shit. I didn't want to say it, but damn, bro. I think he's out. Yeah. I think it's over.
Speaking of that Mick Foley video, your thoughts on that?
My opinion on it is I think that he's a concerned individual. I don't necessarily know if Vince McMahon cares about his opinion on this. But in my opinion, I think that Mick Foley at least has an eye for the wave of how things are going. I think he kind of has his eye on, you know what I'm saying? He has his hand on the pulse a little bit, for a better, idiom or whatever. But I think that as far with that thing, look, my opinion is I think that what it ultimately comes down to, and I've said it earlier, goodwill. I think that AEW is establishing so much goodwill in the wrestling culture right now, into the fan base, into their locker room, into the entire aspect of trying to build their company, regardless of how you feel about it, regardless of the separate diversity issue. We can talk about that another time or whatever, you know what I mean? But I feel like they're instilling goodwill in their fan base. May not be the people that, you know what I'm saying, we relate to or whatever, you know what I mean? But they're instilling so much goodwill that right now it's looking like WWE is scrambling. Or they're just not paying attention and they don't care. But sooner or later, I do think that if this trend continues with what AEW is doing, they're going to have to do something about how they run things over there.
From what I see is, it's like this. WWE's the bad bitch, right?
That's true.
She's gorgeous, body sick. She got a black Amex card, but she got a man at home, right? And she knows she in her mind, he ain't going there. They've been married for 10 years, 15 years. And it's been ups and downs like any relationship, but she treats him like shit, low key. On his birthday, he gets birthday head. And on Christmas, he gets anal.
Oh.
Yeah. Just to toss that out there. Some people like that. Listen.
Some people, it's an option for some.
It's an option for some. So he gets the freaky shit like twice a year. Most of the time it's missionary, and but he has the bad bitch. Now, AEW is the girl who ain't that cute, but she's cute, pretty average, but she cooks.
Yeah.
She, when you have a bad day, she listens to your bad day and gives you tips. It may not be the best tips. She's a little dumb sometimes.
But you can feel the effort though.
Yeah.
It's the effort. Yeah. it's the effort, man. It's the fucking effort. That's what it is.
Like she got little chochos over there, but it's fine. The hips, she ain't bad. She kind of regular, but she loves you.
Yeah.
And she don't got much to give you, but she gives as much as she can. And that's who AEW is. And that's that feel-good moment where you're like, damn, you doing this for me. Like, you brought all of this for me. But are they going to get burnt out from bringing all this? Because sometimes that shit ain't going to last all the time.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it already, and it's like, you just brought in CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, within 2.5 weeks. You haven't even established Andrade yet.
Listen, Kiki said that there's some stuff in Mexico going down, and it was and we as Americans don't speak Spanish, so we don't understand what's going on. So I'm gonna fall back on Andrade right now. I said my piece, but
my bad.
But you all right in the
now I know my place
on American television, not Telemundo Wrestling.
Nah. Aubrey Elite.
We don't get it. But you are right. There's a lot going on up top. There's a lot going on top of that. But let's move on real quick. What do you hate? Let me get some haterade going.
I hate stories that don't make sense.
Like what?
I hate this Alexa Bliss thing. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. I hate the Eva Marie thing. Oh shit. You know, let me pick something that's not a woman. I hate. You know what? I'm gonna AEW. You know what I absolutely hate over there? It really grinds my gears, really chaps my hives.
Oh, he did the white man stuff.
And it's not even like a really big thing.
He must be bad.
It's not even a real big thing. Honestly, it's really not a big thing. It just it's good that he's not on TV as much for me. He's a good wrestler, but I just hate hearing the name Luchasaurus. I don't like it. I don't like the gimmick. I don't like the name. I think it's stupid. I think it's one of the worst wrestling names that I've ever heard of. A dinosaur with a master's degree. And that's the spin that you put on it. Stop it. Don't put that on my television. That's pretty much what I want to say about that. What else do I not like? Yeah, so about the Alexa Bliss thing. The thing that I don't like about the Alexa Bliss thing is she doesn't do this better than she does her regular character. There's nothing special about this thing anymore because there's no relationship with the Bray Wyatt character. Mm-hmm. So for them to continue on with this, and there really hasn't been any forward progress or anything that was of note, just end it. Let her get bonked on the head and forget all about this or whatever.
It's a good way to end that.
Yeah, just don't mention it. Like what was that? Don't even remember it. Not have no clue about the last 8 months, whatever the fuck that was. Like, just be done with it. Like, honestly, I do like that WWE did that whole tag team thing the other day on Raw, but I don't think that they'll continue to do anything like that and put stock in that because for some reason they hate tag teams and they have 18 tag team titles, but they have no tag team division. So that's stupid. Let it go.
What's funny is that I felt like they had no script on Monday, and they're like, "All right, we're gonna put these tag matches out, and we're gonna fill these 3 hours because we ain't got nothing today. We'll figure it out later."
Tag matches, it is.
Tag matches, it is. You know what's crazy? And I wanted to speak to you about this because my homegirl mentioned this, and I was like, this is actually a good conversation. I might do a coffee talk on it, but I would love to know your opinion. People complained about Kofi as champion.
Okay.
They said he was too small. Maybe you didn't, but I didn't have a problem with it, but I understood where people were coming from, but, whatever. They complained that he was too small. That was one. 2, he was too happy. He wasn't angry enough. They also said that they complained about this whole thing with Brock, how he lost, which is totally understandable. But now we get a black champion named Bobby Lashley, who's literally giving us everything that we wanted from Kofi. Big, strong looking, vicious, has been in big matches with big characters. Goldberg, for instance. We can say what you want to say about Goldberg. But he is a draw. Potentially, maybe down the line, something with Brock. Different things that we're seeing, and it's everything that we wanted from Kofi. But why do you think that we're not giving Bobby that love and appreciation right now? And I want to know what your thoughts on that is.
I think that I don't know if it comes down to just Kofi has a different level of charisma than Bobby. I don't think that Bobby Lashley, although he has an imposing presence about him, and if you were to walk in a room, you point that guy out. He's like, okay, who's that guy? I don't want to fuck with him, But Kofi more so has a more outgoing, welcoming. At least that's what it appears on camera. or what he's able to turn it up to. It doesn't appear that Bobby Lashley is able to turn the dial up to that level of connectivity with the audience the way someone like Kofi is. That's why they do something like put MVP with Bobby Lashley to kind of hide the negatives, accentuate the positives.
Totally understandable. I that's a great point. Maybe it really isn't connecting with the audience the way that we thought he would. But it was just a thought. My homegirl kind of mentioned it to me, and I wanted to know. I respect your opinion and your team's opinions. I want to know what you guys thought about that, because it is kind of weird, because it's everything that we wanted from Kofi.
Yeah. Although I do agree with that. This is everything that we wanted from Kofi. Bobby Lashley has been amazing. Just in comparison with that question, that's probably how I would explain that.
It's made some valid points. All right, this is the part of the show I love. I love this part. This is the hill that you die on, and you sip some hot coffee. So what is your hot coffee take of the day?
I'm going to sip my Mickey's because, I still do hood shit. But you just mentioned it, the conversation that we were just having, Bobby Lashley, Kofi Kingston. I will die on this hill. Kofi Kingston is the greatest WWE champion of all time. Debate your bitch on that. I don't want to talk about it. You can try to change my mind, but Kofi Kingston is the greatest WWE champion of all time. I'm talking about the entire list of champions. I don't care about any other one of them, because I disagree with the take that he was too soft, or he wasn't imposing enough, or he wasn't like rah enough as a champion. I thought that he showed a perfect level of duality between his genuine self, his character of Kofi Kingston, and when that time came where he had to cross that line, or he had to say, don't cross this line or try it, fuck around and find out, he always delivered in those moments. Every single time. Ziggler, Randy, Joe, every time. Unfortunately, it ended the way it ended, so people sour on it. In my opinion, I thought that it was a good run.
That was hot.
That's how I feel.
That's how I feel. You're excited.
I wanted to go Joe Budden on it, but I was like, nah, let me chill.
That's chill. That's a take. That is a take, and I mean, you could argue that because his run was great. Even the way he won the title was fucking phenomenal.
Yep. Grown men were crying. Grown black men. You know the stigma? Black men don't cry, especially not in front of other men, not with other men. We don't show vulnerability in that way. That was a moment.
I'll tell you something off camera about his run, but I'll tell you that off camera. Ladies and gentlemen, this was another great episode. Thank you for coming on, man. Like you guys run this shit low key. You guys are underground legends in this game.
I heard someone say just a few days ago that you guys and us are low key the best in the game. That's just what I heard. It was in the spaces. I was just a fly on the wall, and I appreciated the compliment, but I wanted to share that with you because there was a little birdie that spewed that to about 150 plus or so people and was putting both of us over. So shout out to everything that you guys are doing as well.
Listen. Love is love. I'll take it. That's all I'm gonna do. I ain't as top as people think I am. Listen, I'm a boy-headed Haitian guy from New York. I'm gonna leave this step. Shout out to the Bay Area because I so bad. We have I had Santana Red, the porn star, on the other day, and she's from the Bay Area. And her E40. I'm sorry. I like E40. I like E40 a lot.
That's my unk, man. Big dog, man.
Love E40. You don't understand. I love this nigga.
As everybody should.
But the thing about E40, I'll let you go in a second, is that he be having low-key bars, and he be sound like a clown, but it's like be bars though. And then I'll tell you when I really became a fan of him. Because when I first saw, I was like, he had glasses and he's like big. Like, who is this guy? But then I heard how that he was out here having Biggie scared for his life.
Yeah, he got Biggie pressed in Sacramento.
Yeah.
And his glasses don't have lenses, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
No. It's some to appear square type stuff.
Oh.
I'll send you a clip where he explains it. I'll send you a clip.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yo.
I'll send you a clip, but it's hilarious.
Oh my god! Yo, I didn't know that, and that makes perfect sense because I was like, yo, it's not because he had glasses; it was the way that glasses were shaped. I was like, yo. Who is this nigga?
Right. Like, what kind of readers are these? Like,
yo, why is he wearing these? But then
I heard nearsighted.
Yeah, and I heard the Biggie story, and I heard like, because I love like hip hop stories. So I'm like listening to different podcasts, and his name pops up as being this guy, that guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, and I like his music because his music got the vibe to it. And he'd be like, whatever.
He's dancing on beats, bro.
Yeah.
E40 dances on beats. And that's really where a lot of lingo comes from. A lot of language, a lot of slang, a lot of that comes from Vallejo, comes from the soil, comes from the Bay, comes from the ambassador, E40.
Yeah, man. But thank you for coming on. Ladies and gentlemen,
Anytime.
boys and girls, this was another episode of Coffee Talk with Friends. We had the homie Graham from Public Enemies Podcast. And we are out. Peace.